Hi, everybody. It is Dr. Kathy, and it is July 6th. Um, I saw a meme on Facebook that said on July, I think it may have been the 5th at a certain time, that we are closer to the year 2050 than we are closer to the year 2025. And it's kind of like, whoa. And so we're going to see what happens and everything that's going on. So let's start. Heart source. And for those of you who are not familiar with the heart source, bring your attention to the front of your heart chakra, which is in the middle of your chest. And just feel like you're moving into the front of the heart chakra. When I first learned to do this, I imagined myself as little bitty, able to walk right into that vortex of energy. And now that you're settled in there, you're going to still keep your awareness there, but I want you to come out, go all the way to your back, and move into the back of the heart chakra. And now, the heart chakra, back of the heart chakra has this wonderful thing called your sacred space. And so if you go deeper and deeper and deeper into it, you are going to feel like you're going to enter into this huge, gigantic space that's your sacred space. And that is an amazing place to be. And it's just fun to do work in there. And now go around to the front, move into the front of your third eye, your brow chakra. Now, this isn't part of the heart source in regards to, I tell you what all is there, but you'll get that is if you set your intention and ask to see the violet flame. Those of you who are clairvoyant or you're claircognizant or audient, whatever you have, and you say, the violet flame is at the very back of the front of the brow chakra. And we're going to activate that in a little bit. Now move into the back of the third eye. Everybody went right in. Really great. Okay, now imagine, draw a beam of energy from the heart chakra to the third eye. Feel the connection. And now send that beam of energy straight up to the center of the earth. And now straight down, straight up to the center of the earth, straight up to the center of the universe. And now straight down to the center of the earth. And as Amma likes to say, you are now grounded above and below. You are anchored into the energies above and below. And the more that you grow spiritually, the more you grow, as is contained in the Christian scriptures about Jesus when he was a 12-year-old. And he grew in wisdom and grace. And that is what we are doing as we do all of our work. So you're growing in wisdom and grace. And now you're in your heart source, okay? But you can ask for your heart source to expand. Let's do that. Heart source, please expand to either the seventh layer of my aura, or when I hold my hands out, whichever direction, hands over your head or out, the heart source and the aura will surround you up to that point. However, those of you who have already started this are probably having your aura larger than that, and it could expand past your room that you're in. I'm trying to think how big my room is. I'll measure it sometime, but it can go even into another room. Some of you, your heart source and your aura, as you do this, expand and encompass the entire building that you are in. And Cleo, that includes you who are living in an area with 2,000 people. So it's amazing of what happens. There you go. Now, here's a real quick cleansing thing that you can do anytime you feel overwhelmed. Chakra spin as fast as safe for me. And now you keep breathing and imagine, bring in the energy, intend for the energy to come in from above and below into your heart and then spread throughout your energy. And that will expand your aura even more because the more light you bring in. Now, as that energy leaves the body, because we're releasing congested energy, you can have an intention and just say, okay, spirit, universe, whoever it is you pray to, please replace any of the area where I released congestion, replace that with the highest vibration of light possible. There you go. Good. So you can even do this little exercise real quick. Just say heart source, then say chakra spin, spin as fast as safe for me, bringing in the energy. You can do it while waiting at a stoplight, on the bus, on the subway, walking along. And when your intention is to cleanse, that energy comes out. And now I am the sword. And this is the sword of Archangel Michael. For those of you who have not received the sword, please call Archangel Michael just to be with you. He already is, because we're already talking about this. And extend your dominant hand, I'm right-handed, palm up, and ask if you may have his sword. And he will place his sword in your hand. Just grasp it. I'm holding up, those of you who are on video, I'm holding up how big my sword is, the hilt of my sword. I have small hands. And then I place it, my hand, point up of the sword in the front of my heart. And then I just place my hand full against my heart chakra so that it goes in. And the energy of it will travel throughout your body, throughout your energy field. And you are the sword. You have the vibration of the sword, the transmutational ability of the sword. And that sword encompasses your entire aura. So if your aura is 50 feet across in diameter, if you go walking or driving or wherever you go, it transmutes a 50-foot swath of energy that is of low vibration. There you go. And now this is when I do it, but you can do it at any time. Violet flame. Activate around each of the 7 layers of my aura. And again, you will expand when you do this. You now have 3 forms of protection around you. You have the heart source, which is a Merkaba. You have Michael's sword. And you have the violet flame. And you can always activate this very quickly. Those of you who have been using the heart source for a while, you know this, but those of you who are new, once you get the heart source ingrained in you, you know exactly what it is. All you have to say is, heart source, I am the sword, violet flame activate. I didn't count how many seconds that was. Some of you, all you have to do is to begin to image it. You can even name that form of protection, those 3 steps, your own personal name with your guides and angels and your healing team, and it all just comes immediately. There you go. And now, here's another form of protection. It's of us as a group. I learned this from the Melchizedek method, and I've adapted it from this. There is below all of us a floor of light. And when I say all of us, I'm talking about anybody that's here live. And I'm also talking about anybody who watches or listens to the video or reads the transcript, no matter when they do that. There is a floor of light below us. There's a canopy of light above us. There are pillars of light in the in the corner. They're not exactly holding it up because there's not a material situation, it's energy. And there's pillars of light in the corner. And now there are members of the angelic realm who are surrounding what I call the healing lecture room from pillar to pillar to pillar to pillar and back to the first pillar. The energy does change, so just notice how it changes. There you go. And you are there in there. And we're going to use the healing room and we're going to use the lecture room. And it changes energy somewhat, but this is also another form of protection. So this is your fourth level of protection while you're doing this. And now there is also within the healing lecture room a central pillar where we invite in, or they just decide to come. They see that it's open and they come in. Wonderful masters, lords, ladies, Chohans, whatever you want to call that. The archangels have come in and they come into the central pillar. They're actually, some of them just kind of come to the central pillar. I guess it's teleportation on the metaphysical realm, and others they are parading in love. And there are a number of beings, many of whom I do not know. Some of them are from other planets or star systems or galaxies far, far away. Some of them are from planets and galaxies that those of you who are star seeds may know on a deep level because you're from the same place. And they're coming to join us. I can tell you that, like for me, different spiritual traditions that come in that I've studied or that I've worked with, and I know that Yeshua and Buddha come in together for me, usually enjoying each other, laughing, waving at all of us. And there are others that you know that work closely with you that have come in. The Chohans of the rays have come in. And there are many others. And to connect with them, all you have to do is send a beam of energy from your heart to the central pillar. Okay, good. So the stage is set, folks. And so now step out from the central pillar is stepping Hilarion, the Chohan of the fifth ray of healing, Archangel Raphael, who is the archangel that works with the fifth ray. And there are 1, 2, 3, 4. There are 5 others. Some of them I'm aware of, and some of them I'm not, that are all joining us to be together for this healing. Okay. Now, you are invited to join the healing, and you are invited to bring whomever you wish to this room of healing. The way the healing works and the way that Amma does it is that we first call for healing for ourselves. The reason being is that the more we are healed, the more light we can hold, and the more light and love we can send to others. So, first yourselves. We are now in the healing room rather than the lecture room. It'll transform into the lecture room. Your healing team is gathered around you. Please express to them what it is that you most want healed within you. This can be physically, it can be emotionally, spiritually, it can be a behavior pattern, it can be a relationship that involves you. So all of this is about you. Other people can be involved, but it is about you. and the other people involved will receive healing also. So just bring that in for yourself. And you are being invited. Hilarion is with each one of you. He's not in a, like at the head of the room or anything. He is there with each one because he's interdimensional. If you're someone where Jesus is important to you, he is there with each one of you. He's one of my healing guides. If it's Kuan Yin, Buddha, Mary Magdalene, Abraham is there. There's somebody from some tradition that I'm not familiar with. So there is a being from whatever your tradition is or your belief system. And there you are. Now, when we had our Wednesday healing, this is what happened, and we're going to do it themselves. Alma's been showing us different ways we can work with healing. And this is one of the simplest that she's ever done. You set your intention and you ask for the exact vibration of love needed. And that exact vibration can be arranged. It can be actually arranged. So, like if you're trying to release grief, for instance, or anger at different times in your life, you express different vibrations of grief, from mild grief to absolute gut wrenching loss. The same with anger, from irritation to vehemence, rage. The same with, say, depression or anxiety. If it's the pain that is from a difference in a relationship, of conflict within a relationship, that also, as you know, you can be irritated with somebody and then you can really be in deep grief for them. So, whatever it is, declare that and then ask the exact vibration of love that I need for healing of this wound or my body, my mental state, a behavior pattern that you may need to get rid of. It could be an addiction. It could be always getting a wound getting activated by a particular person. It could be your own sense of you get triggered and you act like a jerk. I'm going to give you a minute to feel that. And Amma is sharing with me. It's like, remember, dear one, in any relationship issue that you have, remember that the 2 or 3 or 4 or however many of you that are involved agreed to what is happening. Most of them that you work with do not know about it, but you do know. They know on a subconscious level, you know on a conscious level. That all of you volunteered to experience this so you could grow in wisdom, grace, trust. And it's now time to, as Amma has said, get rid of the candy wrapper. Just eat the candy. And the event itself is the candy wrapper. Release the pain and really ask for information, the wisdom and knowledge that comes of what is what it is that you were to learn, experience, and grow in wisdom. I've been having a relationship issue lately, and what I received it is to detach from the personalization of what has happened. In other words, don't take it personally, but be aware of what it is that you are to be learning. And you do know this on a level. So you have to be quiet internally and to ask and to know it's not personal. When you get into that place of it not being personal, then it is not, it's, oh, what's the word? It came right out of my mind. Anyway, it's not personal. Victim, that's it. Victim consciousness. You don't need to be a victim for it. Physically, you may ask that if you have a genetic issue, in my family, it's diabetes. I don't have diabetes, but I've had to really watch what I eat. Some people, it's heart trouble. Some people are born with something within their body that comes out and is very difficult. You may ask that your DNA be changed to be according to the perfection of the divine blueprint. Now, that's a real complex thing that happens because the asking is simple, but know that part of what is going on has to do with what you set out to experience and learn in this lifetime. And Amma says, remember, and she's talking about the whole God essence and all of its aspects, never tire of hearing your requests. And now she just told me, and what you don't know is that your request also contains inherently within it how to handle this. Help me to know how to handle, how to release pain, how to be with this experience. And that includes anything you have. I have a friend of mine that just celebrated 35 years of sobriety, and that is something that she has grown from and learned so much about her life than if she didn't have to struggle with that addiction. I feel a lot going on from my solar plexus down to the second chakra. And I'm being told that that's not just me, that's a lot of us. Now just say thank you. And now ask to expand your healing circle to those you have been praying for, those you have been concerned about. This is in regards to people that you know or people that are friends of friends. It's not for people you're not that aware of right now, but you can still put them in. There's no real way to do it. There's just a pattern that they use so that the healing comes into you. Room is made for the healing by releasing any low vibration energy within you and bringing in light. And you set your intention for that all to happen at one time. And now, for those that you have been praying consistently for, I think of the members of my family. I have a brother who has cancer in the last stages of it. I have a 97-year-old father who it seems like he wastes away cell by cell. Other family members and friends that I hold in my heart, bring all of those to you. Know that you, because of what you experienced in healing today, are able to hold more light. Bring in that light. Bring in continual light from above and below. Know that Spirit knows what your intentions are. You may say them in whatever way you wish. Most of us pray for people consistently, sending them love and light. That's prayer. And you can actually say, this is what I do. My sister and I pray together almost every day. And one of the things we now say, instead of mentioning everybody by name, we say, and please, Mother, Father, God, all of those that we have been praying for, have been holding in our mind and heart. We ask that they be filled now. Again, you can ask for the exact vibration of love each one needs. You don't even have to say them all by name, but you can. So just do that now. Notice what happens. I know some of you don't feel things, but it's happening. But those of you who do feel things, whether it's physically or energetically or emotionally, just allow it to happen. And if you need healing in that area, healing comes to you again. There is something going on in relationships with several of us. I'm getting that very clearly. Interesting. Amma just said, she said, the less you are attached to the outcome, the less you believe there is a certain thing that must happen for healing to occur. And in other words, she's saying, if you just ask for the vibration of love needed, it, and I'm putting it for those of you who can't see it in quotation marks, it being the healing is allowed to happen more easily because everything you hold in your mind affects the energy coming in. So if you put all of these loved ones and just, I describe it to people, and you put them in your hands and then you hand them to God or however you name the divine and ask for exactly what they need, not what you think they need. Because we don't always know, do we? There you go. And just see the white light also coming in, that which is healed, that which has been released. And remember, your energy, you're in your heart source, you are the sword, you have the violet flame around you, and you are working with Hilarion and other people from your healing team and your healing guides. There you go. And now, the third circle. All of those that you have heard about that you may not know. So, those of you who were not here live, did not hear me talk about how affected I am by what's happened in Central Texas with all the lives that have lost there, and especially by the girls that were swept away in the camp that was there, the summer camp was there, because I went to that summer camp more than 50 years ago. And so I was deeply affected by that. So I have all of them in my view, and you can think of many people. They bring people that are dying or have died in certain areas. What's happening in the Middle East, what is happening in the Ukraine, what is happening wherever it is that you know that is happening. There are a lot of us here in the United States that are really sending a lot of light and love, almost as a prelude to what is going to be happening in the United States due to this quote unquote big beautiful bill that was passed. And I heard Amma just say, and you have to allow us us being the divine, us being those who get their instructions from the divine. You have to trust us. And that's the first ray, by the way, folks, trusting the will of God. First thing I'm asking is all of those who have physically died, may the angelic realms come, or their own family who is on the other side, come to them and guide them home. There. And of course, Mother, Father, God, we ask that as each person heals in the way that they accept the healing on a soul level, please fill where there was congested energy with your divine light to the highest vibration that is possible for them. For those who are unaware of what they did in whatever way, I'm thinking of what's happening politically in the United States, for those unaware of what they did, and it could be individuals that you even know, open their hearts and their minds to be able to know what happened. There's an aptitude called foresight, which not everybody has, and that is the ability to see the consequences of your actions. And the greater your foresight, the greater you're able to see long-term consequences of actions. And we all need that. It's easier to learn not the hard way, right? Please fill your area, state, province, country, city, town, and with the areas of places who are in conflict. And may we hold everyone in love, knowing that no matter what they do and what we think of what they do, that they are as we are, love incarnate. Just hold that space for them. That's what we're doing. Hold that space, breathe deeply, know that you are bringing in love from above and below, and sending that out with your intention being the exact vibration of love that everyone needs. And know that that healing also comes to you. Okay. So I thank our healing guides and healing team, and know that if any of these healing ceremonies and the Sunday ceremonies really touch your heart, go ahead and mark them, and you can listen to them. You can listen to them again and again and again, and to be part of it again and again and again. And so now our healing room is turning into a lecture room. And it's almost like if you were on a movable stage set. And so the beautiful green ray, it lessens, although it is there. And what I'm seeing is the beautiful yellow ray of illumined truth coming in. And you are given a new chair to sit in if you wish. You can go into the back of your heart source, into your sacred space, and feel what happens. And ask this simple thing of your healing team that works with you. Please align my encodement system to hear between the lines, if you want to say it, what Amma has to say to us. And it is Amma, the Divine Mother, that will come in. She's been coming in almost every time for a couple of months now. So the next one you hear will be Amma, the Divine Mother. Well, I'm going to talk just a little bit. I'm asking you to assist me by sending a beam of energy to my heart to give me the strength and presence to be totally within her energy and to translate her energy. And now the next one you hear will be Amma, the Divine Mother. Dear ones, I am Amma, the Divine Mother of the Divine Mothers, and I am your mother. So much is going on in your planet now. People are leaving, sometimes dramatically. People are coming in, sometimes dramatically. The new children are coming. We've been saying that for years, and they are here. Some of you frustrated with the new children who have become adults and don't understand what's happening. Well, detach from that. They're finding their way, and they are here for particular reasons. And they have to get used to what is happening on this planet. The old is going away. The new is coming in. The old is anchored within your planet so deeply. How is it anchored in? Remember that each of you are co-creators. Each of you have the same energy available to you to create something in your life. You do it with your thoughts. You do it with your words. You do it with your actions. And if you do not do it with your heart, which is the best way to create, if you do not activate your heart, then there is a lower vibration creation that occurs. There has been a movement for many thousands of years away from the sense of whether you want to call it equality or oneness, that you are all part of the oneness and that you are all equal. And as you have been started in this realm of experience, this time frame of experience, which has rushed upon you even before you were born, the beginning of the industrial age, the beginning of the technological age. And with the industrial age and the technological age and what is coming in an even deeper technological age, which is difficult to understand because your whole experience with artificial intelligence changes much. You have to be more intelligent than artificial intelligence to recognize that your life depends upon what you think and believe, not only about yourself, but others. When you walk along the street or you drive and you see someone who is begging for something, who do not have enough money for gas, or they're living in their car, or they're living in a tent, what is it that you think? What is it that you send to them energetically? Do you send to them, go out and get a job? I did. And that sends an energy which is continuing to smother another. Do you believe that you are your brothers and sisters' keeper? In other words, do you believe that you need to be kind? Do you believe that you need to help in the way that you need to help, Not everyone helps in the same way. Do you take sides in conflict and in war? There are wars that are occurring. And there are some that are placed in a religious, not necessarily spiritual sense. You have that happening in the Middle East, that one is better than another because ancient writings say so. I'm going to tell you it doesn't matter what writings say what. They are my children. They are my children. This one, and it was when she first began channeling for groups in her office in Houston. And there was a member there who tried to get me to say something was wrong with people who loved people from the same gender. And I finally said to him, "You will never get me to speak ill of any of my children. I challenge you, no matter what is happening, no matter who someone loves, no matter who their economic status is, no matter what job they have, no matter what anger or pain they carry, you will never get me or Abba to say there is something wrong with our children." Why? Because we know that each person is playing a role in life. And some of them come in with more difficult roles than others. When you are addressing something that you believe is right or wrong, it is crucial for you to do that from your heart source and to use words of love and for you to be detached from the outcome from within your heart. Do not let your mental shenanigans that go on in your mind color what it is that you are creating. Create everything from the place of love and sending light and love to those people, that their position in life, that their mission in life, that their job, that their vocation, no matter what they know it is, will be fulfilled within them. How are you going to know what you believe unless you have something in front of you that forces you to make a choice? No, this is not something that I would do. No, this is not my choice. And then you have a choice as to what you believe about the other person. Are they insufficient or are they sufficient? Earlier, I talked about foresight, the ability to know. That applies to you also. Remember that you as well can become immersed in spiritual pride by saying, "At least I'm not like these people." Well, you just became like these people when that is what you say. If you say, "Those are my siblings, that is my sister, that is my brother. We were created from the same essence. And I simply send them the love that they need, the experience they need to know what it is that they need to know." There is a saying, you do not know what you do not know. It's impossible to know that. Everyone is here to have this plan of evolving as knowers of love in this world of duality. Some are able to do that. Think about your own life. Were any of you someone who you'd rather not be now? Were you people that screamed and yelled or made judgments about others, and you have come to grow and realize, I need to live in my heart. I need to live in my heart source. And I simply need to send love. Because why? Because you do not know someone else's path. You do not know if maybe they took on a role of not being able to know the consequences of their actions because they were in agreement with someone, perhaps you, on a soul level, to force you as a human being in the world of duality to make a choice for yourself. When you decide, no, I don't want to be like that, or yes, I want to be like this, or I want to do it in this way, you are not making a judgment about them. You are making a judgment about yourself. Now, you could be fooling yourself and you actually are making a judgment about them, and you say you're just making a judgment about yourself. That is where you go deep within your heart and you recognize that there are fine points in this world of deciding what it is that is important to you. There are real reasons and there are true reasons. This one is saying that from her and what she learned when she was in the convent. Be aware, and that is your job right now as you focus on what it is that you need to do. What are your real reasons and what are your good reasons? Good reasons are not always the real reasons, are they? And if you believe the good reason is the best and you are not aligned from your heart level to that good reason, become aligned. Align your belief systems to that. Align your heart and recognize that any judgments that you make in regards to this is right or this is not right, and you make that for yourself, discover whether or not you are living that in your life. Are you living that in the ultimate details and the very details of your life? Example, I've used life several times. If you believe life is sacred, is it sacred for everyone? Just for some? Is it sacred for the plant kingdom, the animal kingdom? Is it sacred for the mineral kingdom? Where do you believe that life is sacred? Some people say from conception to natural death, and others say, but there's others who do things that are different than that. Are they still sacred? Are they? What did I say earlier? You are my child, no matter what choice you make. And this is most important, there is no judgment from me, from Abba, from the Creator, from any aspect of God that you call upon. There is no judgment from us. The judgment, in a way, you could call it, comes from you. And you may feel that certain judgment, and I mean feel that a certain judgment is not right. That means it is for yourself. And if you believe it is truly wrong, someone who steals, who murders, someone who belittles others, what is that saying to you about how you are to live? And look within yourself as to whether you are living your judgment of others in the finest details. Life is sacred. It is. because we created that life, Abba and I, and we know how sacred it is. And we know the plan for each one of you and the overall plan for this planet. Know how precious you are. No matter what has happened in your life that you regret, perhaps because you did not act in the way that you now know you would prefer to act, just change. And no matter what happens, no matter who does it, surround them with love. If you see people who you believe are doing things that are needed, what we call spiritual warfare, send support to them from those who are not being supportive of their brothers and their sisters. Send love to them. Send love to those who are hurting. Send love to those who are leaving this planet. And ask continually to be able to stay firmly within your truth. So those are my words to you today. Be in a place of love. Be aware that you do not know what you do not know. And to the depths of yourself, move from your head to your heart and know that every person you see, hear, read about is my child, whom I love unconditionally and who has a special path in this world. And they are ones that you need to love and hold in preciousness and light. Now, that's quite a preaching, isn't it? My blessings to each one of you. And know again, just what I said earlier, I have no judgment of you. I have only love, and I see you in a way you do not see yourself, in the amazing love and light of which you are. And I am Amma, the Divine Mother, and your mothers. Well, I guess I'm one mother, but the Divine Mother of the Divine Mothers, and I am your mother. And there is nothing you can do, say, or be that will change that. So don't even try, and don't even believe that it's true. Blessings, dear ones. Well, this is Kathy. Thank you. Thank you, Amma. Kind of a reminder. I thought she was going to say something a little bit different. She went and attacked I wasn't expecting. And she's laughing as I say that. So blessings to each one of you. And I'll see you next week. Some of you I'll see on Wednesday. So take care.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank
You're
you,
welcome.
Alma. Thank you, Kathy.
Margaret.
Love everyone. Love you. Cleo, have a good week.
You too, Margaret. Karen, you have a good week too. I gotta go. Bye.
Okay,
Bye.
everybody.
Bye, everybody.